Welcome back to Scoreboard on Act 25. And as I said earlier, my guest this morning here is Kelvin Jack, the former Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper. And as I said in the opening, a lot of us paid a lot of tribute to Dennis Lawrence when he scored the goal. But had it not for the brilliant save by Kevin here, I don't think we'd have make it to the World Cup. Kevin, it's a pleasure. You heard what I said just now, right? The brilliant save that you pull off in that game.
Okay.
That assured us the opportunity to go to the World Cup. Let's start with that. Could you recall exactly what went on there?
Well, all I can remember at the end of the game, we were under a bit of pressure, and I can remember their defender just playing a long, hopeful pass, and I think it was it Ian Cox or someone who, I think it skimmed off his head and went out for a corner. They had a corner. And I remember talking to, just before the corner taking, talking to Sid and Marvin and telling them that, come on, let's be switched on. Come on, let's be switched on. We're almost there. And then we got the first header out when the corner was taken. And the guy did surprise me with his shot as well. He did because there was hardly any backlift behind it. And fortunately I was able to react and make the save. And I knew then, when I made that save, that they wouldn't have time to really, muster anything again, because I knew the game was over.
Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Tell us, who is Kelvin Jack? Kelvin Jack, how it all started for you in football?
Well, it all started, how many years ago now. But, I just started with Trinity United. My first coach was Arthur Jab Brown, who I always credit with, for my career, really, to be honest with you. He was a fantastic man, very, very good coach. He was just a wonderful, wonderful human being, and he more or less took me under his wing, and I guess he saw more potential, as a goalkeeper. And although he wasn't a goalkeeping coach, he would try his best, and he would show me different techniques and so forth. And it's someone I really, really looked up to. My brother Nigel Jack, he used to play for St. Mary's, and I looked up to him as well. Those days Intercal was even bigger than it was now. And, it's someone I really looked up to, and I was like, geez, he's playing at this level, and, he was doing well, and, I more or less wanted to follow him, the way how he was progressing in his football career. So, Arthur Brown and, my brother when he played as well, those are the people who I really looked at and, really wanted to emulate.
Okay. Jablote was the only local team that you played for before you went abroad?
Well, I've played for Trinity United. I played for them in the East Zone. I played also for Docks Kilwallace in the Pro League, semi-pro league, I think it was at the time. Played briefly for ECM Motor. Played for a few clubs. But I felt at home at obviously Trinity United, which was my first club, and Jablote. Jablote, it's such a, the whole community is involved, and, I just felt at home straight away. All the players were welcoming, people like Jerry Hospitalis, I'll always be thankful, for getting me into the club. Obviously, Terry Fennick was the manager as well. A really, really good local club, and I hope they could, rekindle their past glories, because I know they've been having, financial difficulties and stuff like that. So hopefully, Jablote is a club could, be back in the fray.
Okay. Tell me about when you went abroad. You had stints with Dundee and Gillingham.
Gillingham.
Tell me about your experience abroad.
Yeah, the experience was great. I went to Dundee. They came down here and they did a pre-season down here, and Jablote actually played against Dundee in a pre-season game, and we beat them. To be honest, we beat them quite easily. And from then the manager was interested, But you know, I didn't qualify to go to the UK then because I didn't qualify for a work permit. I just did not attain enough international caps to be able to go out there. So you know, over the past of the next 18 months, 2 years, you know, my focus was just trying to break into the national team. You know, Shaka, Islap, and Clayton were, you know, the goalkeepers then. So I knew it was going to be difficult. But you know, I kept plugging away, and then finally I got, you know, the required international caps, and I went on a trial to Reading, and you know, the same again. You know, didn't qualify, and then I went to Crystal Palace, and at that time when I went to Palace a few months later, I was qualified to play. I got an offer from Palace, and you know that. You know, the offer, you know, looking back, it's the only regret, in all honesty, I've had in my career, that I think I should have signed with Crystal Palace. And I ended up signing with Reading, and, you know, at the end of that season, I was released from Reading, and, you know, Dundee came calling, and I was like, hey, you know, we like you to come up, and, you know, I went up there, and that was that, and, you know, signed with Dundee, and, you know, it's a good club. It's a nice club. You know, they had financial problems as well. I guess, you know, these financial problems are all over the world.
Yeah, that's something.
So, you know, played there for 2 years, and yeah, it was a really, really good experience.
Okay. Let's go back.